Tonight, we've learned at least 21 people have died because of Hurricane Milton. 126 tornado warnings were issued, the most ever for Florida in one day. And several dozens touched down. 28-foot waves, strong winds, heavy rain, and devastating storm surge along the coastline. Tonight, just over 1.1 million Floridians are still without power. Governor Ron DeSantis has deployed more than 50,000 linemen to help restore it. And in Edgewater, some homes are flooded, but residents were already seeing standing water in the neighborhood even before Milton came through. Families there say flooding has been an issue for years. Fox 35's Chris Lindsay takes us there to see the damage.
There's no more denying that that is an issue.
Days after Hurricane Milton left the coast of Florida, the impacts are still being felt in Volusia County.
I feel terrible for what they're going through.
This is what it looked like in Edgewater hours after the storm. Dozens of homes flooded, including Kimberly Penny's. Unfortunately, she isn't surprised.
We knew we were very likely to flood. We've been fighting about it for 2 years.
Despite that, her glass is half full when it comes to finding a permanent way to limit the problem.
We are coming to the meeting. We aren't going to stop.
A few miles up the road in unincorporated Volusia, the path to Bill Brumley's home looks like a river.
We lost the house in the last storm. Everything inside.
He and his wife aren't as optimistic about a solution.
The county has done absolutely nothing to help us with this problem.
Still, they're thankful they were able to keep the water out of their home.
And I was scared to death that it was going to get in the house again.
And hopeful the next hurricane they have to prep for isn't anytime soon.
I'm hoping and praying that we don't have another.
In Volusia County, Chris Lindsay, Fox 35 News.
Thank you, Chris. Our hearts go out to those folks there. Seminole County released new drone video tonight as residents and officials continue to survey the damage. The community of Geneva has a ton of standing water. You can see it pooled up on the roads there. People's docks are also underwater. The next biggest issue is that several big rivers, like the St. Johns, are continuing to swell, threatening more flooding this week. And speaking of rising rivers, check out this view from the Little Wakaivo River in Altamont Springs. It's hard to tell here, but this water is all the way up to someone's property. You can see a fence sticking out. This is just another river that is already swelling, and it's in its banks in some areas. Now, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard joining me now. Laurel, that's the big issue, right? In the next coming days, we're expecting to see some major flooding.
Yeah, even though Milton is far gone, it's not even a system anymore, we are still feeling the threats of Milton 5 days later. Luckily, though, rain isn't going to add on to those flooding waters as we take a look through the rest of the weekend and even into the start of the work week. It's hard to feel like just a couple of days ago we saw the Titusville camera absolutely flooded with water out there and seeing those trees completely whipping around, but now things are calm out there and we're going to continue to keep those calm conditions on tap as we head through the next couple of days. Temperatures right now, we're continuing to see those temperatures cool down, and that's how it's going to stay throughout the rest of the overnight tonight. Temperatures right now lingering throughout the low 70s, upper 60s, and we're going to even cool down a few more degrees as we head through the rest of the overnight tonight. Taking a look at the rest of the weekend, it's going to be beautiful. We are going to be feeling those cooler temperatures, less humidity, and finally getting a little bit of a break from what I feel like is a 1-2 punch. We had Helene at the end of September, 13 days, and then Milton hit us right afterwards. So we are finally getting this much needed break, calm weather, not even going to be seeing a lot of rain throughout the next couple of days, giving us a few very much important days to get our everything under our belts and really just try to help pick up from Milton and Helene from the past couple of weeks. As we do take a look at those rain chances tomorrow, very minimal. We may see a very scattered shower try to make its way somewhere along the East Coast, but other than that, we're going to keep those partly cloudy skies on tap with that little bit more sunshine as well. For the latest, we are going to be seeing a few showers through the rest of the weekend, but again, very quick splash and dash sprinkles on tap. Taking a look a little bit later on, we still are going to be feeling the threats from Milton with strong rip currents, and of course, rivers and lakes are going to be cresting even days after Milton is out of here, and we'll talk about that coming up. But we're going to continue this calm and cool weather trend as we not only head through the rest of the weekend, but into the start of next week. We'll talk more details about the threats from Milton and the tropics coming up in just a few minutes. Steph?
We're going to do everything we can to help you pick back up the pieces and get back to where you were.
President Joe Biden is promising to help people get back on their feet after Hurricane Milton. The president says the storm caused roughly $50 billion in damage. Today, he approved a federal disaster declaration allowing roughly 36 counties impacted by Milton to get federal recovery assistance. The president is expected to travel to Tampa tomorrow to get a first-hand look at the storm damage. We don't have an exact time just yet. Sandbag locations have now reopened as we expect flooding next week. Volusia County residents can get 10 sandbags per household at the Old Geneva Volunteer Fire Station off 2nd Street. The station is open 24 hours a day. Now, this flood risk is not only here in Central Florida, but also in the Tampa Bay region. Hillsborough County officials warn that the Alafaya River will soon crest in areas already hit hard by flooding brought on by Milton and Hurricane Helene. The county sheriff's office says it's using jet skis, john boats, and high water vehicles to help people stranded in the water.
This area, these residents are used to a little bit of flooding. They're not used to this amount of flooding. And the worst part is they're not used to this amount of flooding in such a short period of time.
The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office says it has conducted over 700 high water rescues since Milton made landfall Wednesday night. Now, we saw many high water rescues across Central Florida as floodwaters rose quickly. 14 people in DeLand had to be evacuated from their homes. Fox 35's Marie Ettinger kayaked through the Glen Eagles neighborhood to show us the damage caused by Hurricane Milton.
Right now, I am not in a lake. I'm not in a river. I'm in the middle of a neighborhood. Yesterday, we were further down Orange Camp Road. We could see 2 homes there damaged, and we could see from a distance that there looked like there might be some flooding over here. We now know this entire neighborhood is lost. The city of DeLand says 40 structures that they know of so far were damaged to some degree in Hurricane Milton. Fortunately, everyone has been able to make it out safely. There were no injuries and no deaths associated with it, but there is quite a lot of flooding across the city.
It's a lot. You expect people to say, oh, we had some flooding. It doesn't prepare you for everything you lose.
Carol Wagers was ready for Hurricane Milton. She remembers making fun of the name. She had water, gas, a generator. But this? There's no preparing for something like this.
Opened the door and the water actually came swirling in like a river.
They tried scooping the water out with buckets, tried sucking it out with hoses, tried moving their valuables to higher ground.
And finally, you're like, you can't do anymore because the floorboards were coming up and moving around too. So it got kind of where it was scary, kind of dangerous.
Eventually, they had to cut their losses. They sought shelter in the attic. They stayed there until rescue crews showed up. Their family makes up 4 of the 14 total high water rescues the city of DeLand performed during Hurricane Milton.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Other folks, like Floyd Kerr, were able to make it through the storm without much water in the house. But the roads are impassable either way, trapping him in the neighborhood.
Well, you live in Florida and things like this are going to happen.
DeLand's former mayor falls in that camp too.
Not everybody, but a lot of these people are leaning towards elderly. So, it's we all need a little more help. We're not as spry as we once were.
City officials were out surveying the area Friday, trying to find a way to help the people still there.
We got out safe and we're good, and we're thankful for that. But it's like, oh my gosh, I've collected stuff for way too many years to even mention, and like the things that she had that froze her grandmother's stuff, we can't replace some of it. So that's hard.
After Hurricane Ian, it took days to drain out. They're expecting this could be quite a lot more than that. So this is going to be impacting the city of DeLand for quite some time. In DeLand, Marie Ettinger, Fox 35 News.
Several local cities are turning to tiger dams to help keep flooding and storm surge at bay. A tiger dam is a water-filled barrier meant to prevent any floodwaters from passing through. The city of Sanford has installed these barriers near Lake Monroe on Commercial Street and along the lakefront so cars can safely drive through the area as the lake crests. Meanwhile, the city of Daytona Beach used these tiger dams along the Halifax River to stop floodwaters from entering the wastewater treatment plant. The city says this dam worked to keep both water and debris out of that building.